Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are going to be watching Season 3, Episode 2 of The Dragon Prince. I don't know the name of this episode, but I'm super excited to get into it. I think this is going to be a really awesome season based on the last episode and what everyone's been telling me. So yeah, let's just watch it. King's Chambers. That is gorgeous. He's such a dork. I love it. He's so excited. I would be the same way, to be fair. That's like an amazing squirrel.
What? You're kidding me. You are kidding me. Magic dirt? What?
You're home now, Zim.
Y'all, it's so freaking cute. I can't.
May I offer His Majesty a freshly baked jelly tart?
Really?
Right?
It's okay? Sure.
The king requests a tart of jelly.
Of course.
May I have another?
The king requests another tart of jelly.
You don't have to repeat everything
Right?
I say.
The king requests that you stop repeating.
I'd like to request Corvus to come. Specifically.
That checks out.
It's so silly.
Did you know there's a Zadian flower with a more fascinating scent than anything in the human kingdoms? Go ahead.
It's gonna smell
Stop and
horrible,
smell
right?
This one. Assassins.
What?
There have been attacks in other kingdoms. Successful attacks. King Florian and Queen Farida are dead. It appears that Zadia is waging war.
We've arrested 2 traitors. We need the king's judgment immediately.
Oh, it's gonna be Claudia and Soren. Yeah.
Up we go.
Yeah, I don't think Callum can get up like that though. Can he?
The High Mage is in prison for treason. We suspect they were involved in his conspiracy.
No, you've got it all wrong. When Dad sent us after the princes...
Viren sent you after the princes?
my point is, he wanted us to rescue the princes, not kill them.
Kill them? Who said anything about killing the princes?
No one. Tell them we didn't do anything wrong.
He's gonna be honest.
King Ezrin, they need to be locked away. Give the order.
But I'm not really sure what they were trying to do.
You need to make a decision.
Yeah, but you shouldn't pressure him to make
Okay,
the decision
but
you
let
want
them
him to
rest
make.
while I decide.
I don't know if you misunderstood, or misremembered, or mislistened, but there's no way Dad would tell you to do that.
He did though.
Prince Kasif of Neolandia, eldest son of King Olin.
My army stands outside your city gates, at the ready.
At the ready? What do you mean?
Zadia has attacked the human kingdoms. All of us. There must be a proportionate response. Am I missing something? Why is the child on the throne now?
What the fuck do you
Isn't there
mean?
an adult advisor I can speak with?
I'm right here. You can speak with me.
If you can't take action against Zadia, you have failed as a king, and you have failed as a son.
Enough! You have a disagreement, but you are in the court of King Ezrin.
Right.
Who are you to interrupt a royal discussion?
I'm Corvus. I was specifically requested.
Oh, he actually made it. Good job.
Get ready. Hold on tight.
Hold on tight to what? Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay. It was a bumpy ride.
They're so cute. Y'all, I love them.
The crown is a heavy burden to carry.
There's so much happening. I don't know what to do. This is so much to handle. So what do you say, Bait? Be my regent? I agree. You'd be a tyrant.
I would spend hours on my own exploring and making all kinds of colorful little friends.
Friends? What is it?
It's adorable. Oh my god.
It's an adorable.
They're so cute!
Look, they stick together. I thought you'd like them.
I love them.
Same. I want one. I want one. I want like 20. I want him to be king, but I want him to have people that he can trust around him to advise him, you know?
All of you knew King Harrow as a great king. He was a leader, a warrior, and a champion. But I knew him as my dad, who loved me and my brother and our mom.
Nope, I'm gonna cry.
Sometimes told really bad jokes. I didn't see everything he had to do as king, but I do know that my dad had to make very hard decisions. I'm just a kid. I haven't fought in any battles. I haven't read many books of wisdom. I haven't gone through the things that made my father the king he was. So I've decided that I don't have to be the king my father was.
A new kind of king.
My father made choices to keep fighting battles that started hundreds of years before he was born, to punish enemies for crimes their parents committed. I don't want to be that kind of king. Set them free. Soren and Claudia will not pay for the mistakes their father made.
Oh, I'm so proud of him.
But your highness, they're criminals.
Take their chains off.
He's the
Catullus will not go to war. I'm sorry about what happened to your father and what happened to mine, but we don't have to avenge them. We don't have to strike back. We can choose peace.
He's right. I don't think the other kingdoms are gonna like it,
But peace will require just as much strength as war. Are you prepared to defend it?
Yes. I am.
I'm so proud. Y'all. So I have very slightly composed myself, so let's talk about the episode now. Another really good episode. I really liked how fun this episode was. It made me smile and laugh a lot. It felt like a nice kind of release after all of the very stressful, very emotional episodes leading up to it. Of course, this episode also made me cry because the show is just, they know how to hit you right in the feels, and I really love that about it. Yeah. I cry a lot. Let's start with like the fun, happy stuff. Callum and Rayla, and Callum exploring and discovering all of the magical aspects of Zadia was really fun and really cute to witness. He would be, I think, everyone in that sort of situation, right? Kind of like Harry when he goes to Hogwarts and starts discovering all the magic. It's an entire new world that you don't really comprehend until you see it. Even though Rayla grew up with it, to her it's kind of like, yeah, of course everything has magic. You know, to Callum it's like, everything has magic, you know, which is really cute. Although I do appreciate that Rayla seems to appreciate all of the magic that exists around her. She doesn't seem to take it for granted, so that's kind of cool. Also, y'all, is there like a plush? Is there some sort of toy? Is there something that I can purchase that has an Adorabur on it? Because I want them to be real, and I want like 20 of them at least. But since they're not real, I want like a shirt or a plush, or for it to be real. Like, I don't know. I want it. Like, don't you want that? Like, is that not the cutest freaking thing you've ever seen? It's like a little Tribble from Star Trek. Except for it has a face, a little face, and it I'm sorry. It's really freaking cute though, and I want it. Also, before I move on really quick, I wanted to mention that Rayla and Callum had another little moment, and it was really cute, and I ship it, and I want them to get together, y'all. They're so freaking cute. Okay, so probably my favorite part of this episode, even though I adored all of the cute, happy stuff with Rayla and Callum, was to see Ezran struggling to accept his newfound position of power, I guess you would say. It was really fun to watch him sort of dive into that role, right? Because at the end of the day, Ezran is a kid. He's a child who is being asked to take on this huge responsibility of not even being an adult and making adult decisions, or thinking like an adult and making adult decisions, but he's being asked to take responsibility for an entire kingdom of people, and that would be a lot for anybody, even an adult. So for Ezran to struggle with whether or not he is old enough, wise enough, if he, what kind of ruler he wants to be, all of that, it was really cool to see, and I liked to watch that struggle take place. Like him not putting the crown on because he wasn't sure if he should, if he deserved it, if he would be the kind of king that he wanted to be. I think the show did that really well because, like I said, that is a huge responsibility to take on for anybody, let alone a kid. But I think Ezran has the right kind of heart and the right kind of perspective to be a leader in that way. And so I'm excited to see what kind of leader he becomes. I really liked in the end when he's giving his speech saying he's not his father. He hasn't been through the things his father's been through. He hasn't made the choices his father had made and all that stuff. And he understands that and is making a choice to be a different kind of leader than his father was. He understands the trappings of the position that he's been given. He understands the failings of his father in that way, and he wants to be better, do better, and be different. And I think that says a lot about Ezran as a character, and it makes me really excited to see him continue to grow into this role and into what kind of king he'll be. I think a really, really good one. I think I said something in the episode when it was happening, but I do think that Ezran does need advisors because he is very young and he could be manipulated because he is so kind. So he needs advisors like Corvus and like that lady, I can't remember her name, who to tell him or to guide him into the actual dangers of the world, right? But at the same time, I don't think advisors should tell you the choices that you should make. Like when they had brought Claudia and Soren in, and Ezran's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. And the advisor's like, well, their father was arrested for treason, so they're probably traitors too. And that's a very black and white way of looking at it. That's a very sort of naive way of looking at it. And for her to tell Ezran to blindly listen to her because she believes something that she has no actual proof of. Now, granted, in a way, she is right, but there's no investigation, there's no questioning, there's no attempt to get to the truth of what happened. And so I didn't like that she just kind of told Ezran, this is what you need to do, this is like what a king would do, which it isn't. And I like that Ezran sort of stood up. Now, do I think Ezran should have sent somebody or went to see Claudia and Soren and maybe had a discussion with them to see what was going on, to try to get to the bottom of it, to see what they knew of their father's plans? Yeah, he definitely should have. He should have done a little bit more due diligence on that. But I appreciate that Ezran is thinking for himself and making his own choices and deciding to go with peace, which I did like what that same advisor said later. Peace takes courage as much as war does. And I agree with that. Like, he has to be willing to defend peace and to explain to the people why this is a good decision. And I think that he will and that he can. And I'm excited to see it. I I think I rambled on about that for a really long time. But essentially what I'm saying is people need to get the facts of a situation before deciding one way or the other, adults or kids, about what to do about that situation. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is that Viren kind of fucked everybody, didn't he, in this situation, because he killed 3 of the kings and queens of these other kingdoms. I'm assuming that, was her name Anya? The little girl that's moms were the 2 queens. I don't think that they said that she died, but I really hope not, because I really like her. But they had the son of the king of, hold on, Neolandia, and his name is Castiff, I believe. And apparently what Viren did was send these shadow monsters to kill the kings and queen and blame it on Zadia in order to start a war, which is like so fucked up. Like, what the fuck is Viren doing? Like, why? I'm glad that it didn't force Ezran's hand into agreeing to this war. I do worry that the other kingdoms will be upset at Ezran's decision, and they will either abandon or wage war on Katalis because of it. We saw Castiff's face at the end after Ezran didn't agree, and he didn't look happy by any stretch of the imagination, so I am a bit worried what Ezran's choice of peace is going to bring about, especially because of the severity of what Viren did. I agree with Ezran's choice, to be clear, but I also understand the other kingdoms being very upset because they think that this was Zadia. They think that this was an attack by an age-old enemy, and Ezran's choosing not to fight them. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of that unfolds as well. All right, y'all, so I think that that is all that I have to say about this episode. It was really cute. It was really emotional. Kind of the 2 things that Dragon Prince always is. So, par for the course, but it was really, really good episode, and I'm honestly so excited to keep watching this season and discover more about King Ezran and Callum and Zadia and Zim, and I hope that at some point Ezran can go to Zadia as well, because I think he would love it there. As always, leave your comments down below and let me know what you thought of this episode, and until next time, bye guys!